So naturally, I'm still a little bit, amped up after that late Bruno Fernandes winner. So I'm a lot happier than I was about 5 minutes ago. But look, it's a win. It's 3 points. And I think it's a good performance. Don't get me wrong. But it's not a performance that's filling me with confidence. It's not a confidence that's filling me with hope. Because let's be realistic. We have won this game with a 90th minute winner after our first goal was a free cone goal from a former Man United player. So how does that put us? What sort of stead does that put us in travelling to Fulham at the weekend? What sort of stead does that put us in travelling to Bucharest next Thursday night? Well, we still need to get a result. Okay, that result is a draw, and even if we lose, we could still progress to the last 16 automatically. But as things stand, we still need a result. Certainly at Fulham we need a result, but still in Bucharest we need a result. So what can we take away from that performance to fill us with confidence that we can get a result in either of those matches? And to be honest, not that much, because we've created a fair amount of chances tonight. But again, we're not ruthless. We lack composure. We lack conviction in the key moments. And look, if it's not for a brilliant pass, a brilliant run, and a brilliant finish from Bruno Fernandes and Martinez for that early ball, we would have drawn this game tonight for that lack of composure and that lack of conviction. And unfortunately, we're going to have to talk about Harry Maguire, who I've been singing the praises of the last few weeks, but I said in the Brighton game I wouldn't have played him because he doesn't suit playing in the high line. And he was so weak on that goal. He's 6'4", he's twice the size of Dessers. And it's literally a little nudge in the back. It's not a foul. He may have potentially won a foul if he'd have thrown himself to the floor, because there is hands on back. But it's weak. It's such poor defending. It's a quality finish. Ruins Bayandir's clean sheet. Okay, didn't have a lot to do, but I think what Bayandir did today was a good job, and I would still play Bayandir again against Fulham after what Onana did against Brighton. But we've nearly lost that game due to one individual mistake. And that's what happens when you lack the conviction and the composure in front of goal at the other end of the pitch. Because ultimately, that's what would have cost us tonight. All the headlines would have been about Harry Maguire, but they should be about why we're not putting balls in the box, why we're not taking our chances. Xerxes putting shots, getting blocked. Garnacho hitting the post. Like, Ahmad skying shots over. Bruno skewing shots wide. We had enough chances today to win this football match by quite a large margin. And like I said, it's a bizarre own goal and a last-minute winner that's got us the 3 points today. That's not the sort of result or the sort of performance that's going to get a result at Craven Cottage or get us a result in Bucharest next week. There is still so much work to do with these players. What I liked about today is the style of play. As I said, I still think it was a good performance, but it's just not a great performance. Our build-up play I really liked. I'm so happy that he finally played Eriksen as the one further forward and Bruno as the one deeper. How many times did I sit here and say about Ten Hag not doing that when we played 4-2-3-1? How many times have I sat here and said that when Amarins put Eriksen on behind Bruno being further forward? The link-up play on that right-hand side between Eriksen and Ahmad and Toby Collier, who we'll get to, I thought was fantastic. But especially when we got into that final third, with Ahmad going around the outside and Eriksen feeding him the little backs and forths, it was really nice. And that allowed Bruno to get on the ball in deeper areas and hit balls in behind to Garnacho, hit balls in behind to Ahmad, or drill the ball into Xerxes to bring the likes of Eriksen and Garnacho into the play. I really liked that. It's just we got into that final third and we were so wasteful. So wasteful. To the extent that we've not actually had that many shots on target. Again, a lot of them were blocked. A lot of chances weren't even shots at all because the cutback was wrong or someone wasn't in the right place, or, a few come to mind where a ball's gone into the area from like Dallo or Garnacho or Eriksen and Xerxes not at the back post, or Garnacho's not at the back post, or Ahmad's not at the back post and there's no one there, or Dallo's got to the byline, Garnacho's got to the byline, Ahmad's got to the byline, Eriksen's got to the byline, and they cut it back to the wrong player. Multiple occasions I saw Garnacho in good positions, Eriksen's in good positions for cutbacks, and the cutback was wrong. It's just, that's why I say it's a good performance, but not a great performance, because those are promising signs, but it's got to be sorted now, because we can't keep dropping points. And we've got away with it, because that's where it then comes back to the Harry Maguire issue, is that this team's character is there are mistakes. Onana against Brighton, Maguire today, you go back throughout the season, this team, to a man, has a mistake in them at a crucial moment, and it was Harry Maguire's today, and if it wasn't for that comeback goal, we would have drawn this match. As for that comeback goal, that was good, because that was Højlund coming on, Bruno getting into the attacking positions. I know I've already said about how good it was having Eriksen in that position, but he wasn't making those killer runs into the box. Bruno was. Højlund was. Xerxes wasn't, because he was being the link-up player. So when Martinez got the ball in that position and put one of those crosses in, all of a sudden we did have runners, which we didn't have when it was the other lineup. And that's where we've kind of got this problem at the moment, whereby if you play Højlund and you play Bruno, then we can be more direct with our balls into the box, but our link-up play is not very good, because Højlund with his back to goal is absolutely useless. But when you play Xerxes up front and someone like Eriksen, we can feed it into them, because they're great with their back to goal, but then we're not getting in the box. So something's got to give somewhere, and I just don't know where that is at the moment. That's why I'm not a football manager and Ruben Amorim is. He's got to figure out how to get that balance right, whereby we're still getting in the box, but we're also still creating chances in the first place, because it don't work both ways. Without Xerxes, you can't create the chances, but with Xerxes, you've not got anyone on the end of the chances. So I'm really torn at the moment as to how we get more out of this team, and maybe new signings is the answer to that. But overall, obviously, I'm happy with the point. Obviously, we did have that goal that was ruled out as well, which is absolutely criminal. I think the referee had a poor game all round. There were definitely free kicks for Rangers that weren't given. There were free kicks for us that just weren't fouls. And obviously, the De Ligt goal was clearly not a foul by Euro, but it was given. And thankfully, I guess the own goal kind of makes up for that. But yeah, it's an interesting one. What I am happy about is that Garnacho played the whole game, because I'm desperate for Garnacho to stay, and I'm happy that Ruben Amorim clearly wants Garnacho to stay, and clearly Garnacho wants to stay, because he wouldn't be putting in that level of performance. Amorim wouldn't be picking him if he didn't know that Garnacho was 100% committed to the cause, as we see with Rashford yet again, not even in the squad. So I'm happy that Garnacho played the whole game. I'm happy with the team all round. Like I said, I'm happy with how we played today. And finally, we'll talk about my player of the match, which was Toby Collier, who made his first European start for Manchester United today. He came in for Ugarte, who I would have dropped after the performance against Brighton. As I said, I'd have dropped him after the performance against Southampton. But he dropped him, he put Collier in, and a great performance from him. Is it enough to earn him a spot against Fulham? I'm not so sure, purely because Fulham are a side that are going to come at us like what we saw with the Arsenal and the Liverpool games, and I feel in those sort of environments, then you do want the Ugarte and Mainu partnership. But we've seen, against sides that are going to sit off us, we've got another partnership in Bruno and Collier that can come into that midfield and be much more progressive. Really loved Collier on the ball today. He received it well. He played forward passes. Can't stress that enough. The ability to play forward passes as a midfield player is crucial. He did that so well today, whether it was drilling it into Xerxes, out to Ahmad, switch a play, out to Garnacho, feeding it to Bruno if the pass was too difficult, because let's be honest, Bruno's a better passer, and he was always looking to play forward. Yes, at times he had to go backwards, but sometimes you do have to go backwards. But he did his job fantastically well tonight, and he thoroughly, in my opinion, deserves Manchester United's player of the match. But we'll see. Like I say, it's not my job to decide who plays against Fulham. I, even after that performance, wouldn't pick him, just because I think the atmosphere, the style of play Fulham are going to come at us. I would rather see Ugarte and Mainu for that setup. Obviously, we've also got to find out the situation with the back line. Looks like Yoro went off with an injury. Looks like De Ligt went off at half-time with an injury. And commentary was saying that Maguire was struggling for the entirety of that second half. So maybe that's why he was brushed off the ball so easily. I don't know. So hopefully we've got a fit back line for the weekend. Would love to see some new signings. Would love to see Garnacho stay. We'll see what happens on Sunday night. I'll be back for that one. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon.